Kia koutou, and welcome to another episode of South Pacific Muscle. Today we are joined by, well, I never knew her as MC Muscle Queen. I didn't even know her name. So Tracey Donovan, and I've lost my sound again, so you're going to have to bear with me. Tracey won her pro card at the tender age of... My mother was good. She taught me never to say a lady's age, so we'll say in her mid-30s. We'll roll with that. So Tracey was running a marathon of all marathons, New York Marathon, and she kind of fell into bodybuilding, so to speak. So we'll let Tracey talk us through a bit of her background and how she ended up as a bodybuilder and how she ended up as a pro athlete. So Tracey, you want to let us know about yourself?
Yeah, well, I started running. I looked at myself and I thought, oh my God, I don't like the way I look. So my sister-in-law was a runner, so we joined the running group, so to speak. So I was sort of running up and down the mount for starters, and then we thought, oh, it would be so cool to do the New York Marathon, and it was quite hard to get into. It was like a ballot system, but we found a travel agent and managed to get through. And it was January 2010 we got the nod, so we had the whole year to train for it. And it was my last 35k run, and I for the life of me, it took me a while to realise what I'd done, but I jumped a fence and must have fractured my hip, because I thought, what's this groin pain? And when you're a runner, you get niggles and you just carry on, you know. So it was like the 10k run. I thought, man, this bloody pain, what is it? But I just ignored it again. Got to New York, long and the short of it. Must have got through the Bronx, and my femur just in half. And I thought, oh man, I can't stand on my leg. It's so sore. And I thought, and the EMT guys came and said, oh, we'll take you back. I said, no, piss off. I'm going to finish it if I have to crawl. And it was just getting worse and worse. And by the end of it, some random man took me back to the hotel, which is on the other side of where we were. And I was just in so much pain. And we got there and looked out the window, and there was my husband and my brother-in-law outside. And it's a quick toot the horn, but of course that's all you hear in New York. So they just carried on walking. I managed to get back to my hotel room and you know, was devastated that I didn't finish it. And we thought, oh shit, we better go and, you know, go to a doctor. So trying to flag down a taxi when you're in a wheelchair, no one wants to know, they just go straight past. So I sort of stood there in the end and managed to flag one down. Said we needed to go to a hospital. The first one he took us to was closed. It went bankrupt. So off we go to another one. Found one, got there, and the guy's like, oh, what's wrong? And I said, oh, really sorry, I can't walk on my leg. And he's like, oh yeah, okay, whatever. They took me off to x-ray, and he comes back like this, all excited, saying, you've broken your femur in half. I was like, oh shit. So that was my stay, to stay there and get patched up, and got home first class, which was a bit overkill. And it was horrendous. It was like going from full-on activity to nothing, wheelchair bound for 3 months. You know, it was horrible. It was just the worst thing. But I wasn't going to rely on anyone. I sort of wallowed in self-pity for a while, and then thought, bugger this, I'm gonna, you know, I've always wanted to be a bodybuilder, but I just thought, oh, there's no way I can stick to the diet, blah, blah, blah. But managed to get to a gym and start training, because everything, being in a wheelchair, pretty much my left side sort of atrophied, because I was just sitting there and all your body wanted to do was repair the bone. Yeah. And so it all started from there, really. And I always wanted to look like a superhero, so here we are.
So when did you start bodybuilding proper?
Oh, probably 2012 is when I sort of started training, and my first comp was 2013. And then really from there, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah. And
that's a relatively short space of time, you know, from 10 years from picking up a weight to being out on the pro stage. I wish I could go move that quickly.
Well, it's a lifestyle for me. Like I get really pissed off when people go, oh, it's on my bucket list. It's like, fuck off. It's not like that. It's a whole lifestyle thing. Or for me, it is anyway. Yeah, so the diet, the training, everything.
So were there some bits and pieces in your early life as a sort of netball player, maybe a cross-country runner and gymnast that sort of equipped you for the bodybuilding, either mentally or physically for the bodybuilding lifestyle?
Well, I was right in the 80s, you know, aerobics, I was right into that. So mostly cardio, really. And it was a real massive shift from your running training, which took a lot of time, to going in the gym for an hour. And it's like, oh, is that it? But as I progressed, you sort of lock it, you know, I don't know, something happens in your head and you sort of realize, you get that mind muscle connection and you realize what it's all about. But the nutrition thing, it's such a big side of it that people don't really realize.
Absolutely. Hey, Mike, I've got to ask you a question here. What is it about talented fucking bodybuilders that should be bodybuilding that decide they're running fucking marathons? Mike's partner, Delane, in the background behind him there, is just she did a half marathon recently, and really she should be buried in the
Yeah, I would love it. In 2007, she was in January. Goes, oh, I don't know. I think I might do a half marathon, or I think I might do another bodybuilding competition. So decides to do a bodybuilding competition, and in October she's winning the Never Miss Universe. and I'm grafting away. So she's just run the half marathon, and she actually said to me afterwards, I saw all the runners, and I don't really like the way their body looks.
Yes,
I'm going back to the gym this week.
Yeah, that's right.
Still looking at signing up for next year, so she's going to be a jack bodybuilding runner doing a half marathon.
Oh, God.
I'll get on there.
Yeah. So hopefully our kids get her genetics and not mine.
but if you run, you should strength train anyway. Like all runners have got pancake asses. You got weak glutes. You need those glutes, and it makes a difference. When I first, you know, it must have been a few years in my bodybuilding, and then I thought, oh, it'd be good to just try a run. And man, I felt like I could fly because I'd, you know, built these muscles up, but previously I didn't have.
Wow.
Probably carrying an extra 5 or 10 kilos of muscle up top as well, though. Makes it harder.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah. And with that incident, it was getting people telling you, oh no, you'll never do this again, you'll never do that. I was like, fuck you. It's up to, you know, you can't wait for these people to help you. You got to help yourself. You just, you know, that's all there is to it.
That's a common thread with a lot of bodybuilders who've gone through a period of adversity, whether it's physical or mental, or, you know, their environment. And pretty much all of them have gone, fuck you, I'm doing what I want to do, and I don't care that you tell me that you're not going to. So exactly. I think we're probably a bunch of non-conformists that will do what other people tell us we can't.
Yep, that's right, exactly. And age has got nothing to do with it either. That's another thing that gets up my nose. Oh, I'm too old for that. I can't, you know. No, yes, you can. I don't even think, you know, that I'm 51. Actually, that never enters my head at all. I just, if I want to do it, I'll do it.
Mike, you hear that?
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike, we're gonna pick on you now. We'll pick on you.
I turned 50 this year, and everything hurts. I was never really built to be a bodybuilder, so I wanted to get into that a bit later on. But yeah, right through my 20s, it was heavy weights, trying to build size, and I just ground my body down. And I've got achiness and sore tendons, and, you know, cartilage removed from my knee, and a separated AC joint, and all sorts of sort of injuries. So trying to get back to, I mean, I've just recently in the last sort of couple of years try to get back into competing, and I'm really battling with trying to gain size and lift the weight that I need to kind of put the mass on. So for me, not so much age, but wear and tear is the issue.
Wear and tear. Yeah, I don't know, as you know, sort of start off, I think, oh geez, it's a bit hard. But then once I'm warmed up, I'm rearing to go, and I'm got my headphones on, and that's it. I'm into the zone, and don't talk to me.
But potentially in a lot of aspects, you don't have the wear and tear that I might have, because really, if you start lifting weights 10 years ago, you got 10 years of sort of miles on the clock, as opposed to the sort of 30 that I've got.
Yeah, I've got running knees though. Click, click, click.
Yeah, actually, if you did a lot of aerobics, people had the you know, you walk upstairs behind them and you're like, oh, fuck, what's going on there? It's, oh, I used to do step classes or something like that. You know?
Yeah.
I've got that too.
Yeah.
I've got that as well.
That's why with my headphones, I can't hear it and it doesn't put me off.
My knee tendons are absolutely fantastic because I snapped the fucking things off and then got them sewn back on, and now no tendonitis whatsoever. Yeah, they're great.
So you say that there's a common thread with the people that we're interviewing is that they came through adversity and they said, "No, fuck that, I'm gonna."
Yep.
There's a whole lot of people we're not interviewing that
Yep.
when they came to adversity went, "Oh, I can't do it," and just gave up. So I think the ones with that mentality of, "Nah, fuck you, I'm gonna sort of beat the odds,"
Exactly.
are the ones that come through and achieve the things that you've achieved.
And that's why they can stick to their diets because they've got that mindset.
Mike, do you want to fire away some quick fire questions? Eh?
Yeah, let's jump into the quick fire. So we got some off season and then in season, just around diet and training and bits and pieces like that. So off season, do you dirty bulk or do you stay lean?
I try and stay relatively lean. It's just the time, when you go to compete, to get rid of that extra body fat takes a bit longer, and you feel better, and I reckon you're stronger when you're just on the cusp of that leanness to,
I think everybody knows that. Not everybody has the self-discipline to do that. So, and your diet off season, you go high protein, high carb, or high fat?
I just go a bit of everything, really. I don't really follow anything, so to speak. I'll just basically stick to my competition diet with a few extras added in there. It's always just a bit of everything.
Yeah, I think that's as I've got older, I'm a bit the same. I finished dieting and just up the carbs. So I eat the same, chicken and rice. I just eat more rice oats, and I've got a bit more energy. Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yep. That's right.
Now, when you train, is it more volume or intensity?
I sort of train. I'm pretty basic. My training doesn't really change. It's, I suppose, I'm always intense. That's just me. That's how I go. I'm in there. I'm full throttle, and it's like that. Well, I try and be like that when I'm dieting too. Yeah.
So use those intensity techniques, drop sets, force reps, that sort of thing. A lot of that sort of thing, as opposed to just a lot of volume.
Yep. If I'm on a day where I'm feeling just like crap, I'll just slow it down and feel the burn.
And do you do anything like carb cycling or mini cuts or anything, or do you just keep pushing the food to try and put the size on in the off season?
I just keep doing what I'm doing. Yeah, just consistency.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right now, pre-competition, coming into a show, I know you're a powerlifter as well, so coming into a bodybuilding show, do you tend to cut hard and fast, or do you tend to take it slow and sort of bring things in slowly?
No, I have to take it in slow. I sort of take a couple of weeks to tidy out my diet just so my body's getting ready, and then it's just a slow process, long and slow.
About 14, 16?
16, 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good if you can handle it mentally, eh?
Yeah. Just get.
I mean, in my 20s, I did 11 weeks to lose 22 kilos or something.
God.
I can't do that now. Now it's 14 or 16. And what would your first go-to be if you wanted to make a tweak? Would it be more cut food or more cardio?
Probably more cardio.
Yep.
Yeah.
And leading into the show, do you tend to keep the change to a higher volume or keep the intensity up and try and keep lifting heavy?
I try and keep that intensity going.
Yeah, that's a pretty common theme.
Yeah.
People that want to hold their muscle.
Yes.
Cool. So you're almost the same age as me. And so we were sort of both, I mean, I was lifting in the 20s and I ground my body down and made a mess of it. Have you found that your training kind of differs from the younger people around, or that it's changed over the last 8 to 10 years because of the wear and tear of the age?
No, not really. I still stick to my same basic shit. I don't. You see all these people doing all these weird and wonderful things, and I just keep to my basic stuff and my bro split, and it seems to work. Yeah.
Love it.
Now, I know you're friends with Kate Mitchell. Do you guys? We talked to her about changing from a powerlifting competition, getting ready for that. to bodybuilding, and she was talking about having to modify things to try and
Yep.
bring her waist in a little.
Yep.
Do you ever sort of factor that in when you sort of change into powerlifting or back to a bodybuilding show?
With my bodybuilding, I sought the help of a a powerlifting coach. And man, the training is so different to what I'm used to. Yeah, I find that weird. It's like, oh, I've only got like 5 reps today type thing. But I don't do anything to grow my obliques or anything like that. I think I'm just too new at this powerlifting thing to do that. So, yeah, I just wear my belt and off I go.
Hey, I wanted to know about, because I know you work with Shelby Starnes.
Yep.
And when you mentioned that name, I kind of went, oh, wow. And Mike, I know you're aware of Shelby Starnes as well.
Yeah.
Tell us how it's been working with him.
Oh, he's amazing. Like got his help. It's been just a few weeks out from the Waikato show last year, because I was using the help of my nutritionist and good friend Amanda Fubister, who's awesome. But I just felt, and she knows, and I talked to her, that I just feel like I need to do something different. So I wasn't happy with where I was at, come show day, and she was on board with it. And I enlisted his help, and man, he was awesome.
Sorry, how far out from the show was that? I'm just really interested.
I'm trying to think. It was, it might have been a month out or something.
It must be hard to pick up an athlete a month out and not know how their body works.
Exactly. I said to him, are you keen? He goes, yep, no problem. And I just trusted him. And man, the nationals, it was the best I've ever looked. So, he's just a wizard. It's amazing. Like every day, every morning, I'd have to do my video for him, and then he could just look at me and go, do this and that. And yeah, it was just amazing.
That would be such a mammoth task to pick up an athlete and understand their metabolism, their little quirks, and how they work, and get them on stage, and
like he's very good. He's very good with women. Like he has a lot of woman clients, and you see the condition he gets them into. And yeah, he's like, I own an automotive workshop, and you've got a million makes and models.
Yeah.
And in the human race, we've got 2 makes and models, but they're all different. It's just amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So when you started with him, was there a massive amount of information transfer? It sounds like you're a fairly intuitive trainer. Did you?
Yeah, I am.
Keep really good records of your diet and your training that you could pass over to him. Body fat measurements.
Nope.
Like that?
No, nothing. Like here I am. Help. And like Amanda, she'd done my diet, and we just followed that same diet, but it was just like the water loading, and the sodium thing that really, and the carb, introducing those carbs, and that was the difference in how we did that.
Awesome.
So I had to get it like the night before. I had to get up every time I went to the loo. I had to eat 120 grams of rice, and it was like, oh, carbs, yay! But then it got to the stage where it's like, oh my god! But it worked.
Are you working with him over the off season, or?
I initially, because I was planning on doing Wings of Strength this year, but of course COVID mucked that up, and I was doing like a lean bulk with him, and then I sort of changed tact and thought, no, I'm going to do powerlifting for a bit just to mix up my training and see what I look like doing that. Should
we talk powerlifting? Because I love powerlifting. Yeah, my background's originally powerlifting, and then I dabbled in bodybuilding before I did strongman, and then back again. So I'm a bit of a whore for all the sports. I'll go wherever So really interested in powerlifting. Tell us, how many competitions have you done?
2. I've done 2. I've done 2. Cool. I did a novice one, and then I did the New Plymouth Record Breakers, which was last weekend. So I managed to break those records for my age and weight, which is pretty cool.
Tell us your
numbers.
Oh, there's nothing that impressive. Like I had when it comes to comp day, it's a different story, but I had my figures in mind, and I did 135 squat. I did 140 squat, but I wasn't deep enough. Like it was like millimeters. bench press, I wanted to get 90, but I got my 85. And then deadlift, I did 150. So that was a PB for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you
What's
probably
your height?
beat me in my
Height and
first
body weight?
competition. Beat me in my first comp.
Oh, yeah, that's really, it's like totally different again, but it's good fun, very stressful, but yeah, love it.
Cool. Sorry, Mike, I interrupted you.
No, just height and body weight.
162 centimeters, 65 kilos.
Is that your off season or you?
Yeah.
What do you come in stage weight? Last time you're on stage.
59, 60. Like it fluctuates, like 59, 60, 61. And I don't really care about my body weight so much. I just go by what I look because it just fluctuates all over the place.
Yeah, it's just interesting to see the numbers we're talking. Whereas, I think I've always lost about 18 to 20 kilos to go on stage, which just means I'm a fat shit in the off season. But yeah, no, I think most top level guys are losing sort of around that 10, 12 mark.
Yeah.
But much more than that.
Yeah, I just struggle otherwise.
Yeah. Hey, should we have a bit of a look at your Instagram, eh? I've had to be a bit picky and choosy too with it. And I said to Mike, if you have a look at her Instagram, you should be able to guess who her favourite bodybuilder is. You know who? And I said, Lisa Cross.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lisa Cross. Love Lisa Cross.
Yeah.
I looked at it this afternoon, and honestly, I couldn't believe you're 51. Like, I don't know whether it's your makeup artist or just your youthful looks, but you don't look 51. That's for sure.
Well, I stay out of the sun.
I said that, Mike. I said to her, look, I thought you were between my age and Kate Mitchell somewhere. And she goes, nah. And she told me that she'd got a pro card at 50. And I went, nah. I actually thought you were taking the piss at first. There you go. Right. So for those people that want to follow one of New Zealand's, one of our only, we've only got a handful really of pros in that kind of physique, or the bigger girls. NZ Muscle Queen IFBB Pro. So you can get on there and follow her and see some good photos. Got a good one here. How's that?
Oh God, that was when I was in excruciating pain. Oh, every time I look at that,
There was a good one you put up from about a week ago, which had that left-hand photo and then one of you on stage.
My
one of your powerlifting.
Yeah, that one. Oh my God.
Oh no, it wasn't that one, but yeah, that was a good one too. Actually, I don't know if I don't recognise you on the right-hand side. Did you ever compete in NABBA?
Yeah, I started with NABBA.
Yeah, so I might have judged the show you.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, massive transformation. I mean, look through your shoulders. It's just phenomenal. Awesome to see. Yeah, that's really cool. So obviously that was the photo on your left. Was your Miss New Zealand
last year. Yeah.
So Nationals last
Nationals,
year?
yeah. Nationals last year.
Yeah. Great photo. Love that photo. But massive, what a difference. So I guess it just goes to show that, for the girls that are getting into lifting and maybe done their first show and, might be shape or figure but kind of get that iron bug and really want to push it and see what they can do with themselves.
Oh, that's right. That's exactly what I thought. So I always say that my body is my hobby. So, I'm always trying different shit. And I want to be I want to be a superhero.
Hey, love it. Yeah, great attitude. I've pulled another comparison photo too, because that's even more dramatic. Whoa. Yeah. I can see you always had a decent set of arms though. I mean, obviously they're much bigger now, but you certainly, compared to the average first-time competitor, you've got a good set of arms on you. But there's not a lot else there, and what's the time frame difference? About 10 years.
About that. 2013, 7 years. Yeah. But I trained with a guy, a good friend of mine, Mark, and he's right into arms. All he trained was arms and legs and back, and so he's taught me a few things over the years. Yeah.
Yeah. How was that winning your pro card? Tell us how that was.
Oh, that was just awesome. I was so nervous. I just thought, oh, am I going to get it or not? You know, you always doubt yourself. Oh, I don't know if I'm lean enough, because I was giving Shelby sort of hour by hour
Yep.
photos. I'd go to the loo and take some photos and lie down, because being physique, women's physique, sort of like the last thing on, so you had to wait there the whole day. But
Wow.
yeah, no, it was pretty special, pretty awesome. Because I previously was with WFF and competed in Australia, won their Commonwealth Classic, and then I went to the Universe in Singapore and got second there. But they have an age restriction, which it pisses me off. For women, you can only become a pro if you were under. I think now they've changed it to 50, and men are 55. But I think that's just so wrong.
It's just stupid.
It is stupid. It's like nah.
Yeah.
And I always like the shape of the IFBB bodybuilders, like the fullness, and my body type sort of lends itself to there. So I thought, oh, let's go IFBB. That's the one.
You've kind of got that superhero look in that photo, I would say. You've kind of nailed it right there. So that's cool. Love it. Awesome. Right, powerlifting time.
Yay.
Was this the other weekend, was it?
Yeah, that was just last weekend. Yeah. That wasn't deep enough, that one.
Yeah. Now it's hard to tell. I mean, when people on the internet, they judge people's photos, and that wasn't deep enough.
Yeah,
but
I know.
At least you're side on. You're looking at the knee and the hip crease.
They were like, it was a national thing, so they had to be very strict on it, which is fair enough.
Absolutely.
Just makes me want to do it properly next time.
Looks like you've got a forehead vein going on there.
Oh yeah.
Love it. Oh, I love powerlifting. So good. Jealous. I can't do it anymore. And there we go. With the card and all.
Yeah, lucky.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, that was awesome.
Got the colour coordination going on too.
I know.
Cool. It's a neat photo. Nice. Is that one of Kate's photos?
Linda shoots.
Sorry, Linda shoots. Sorry,
yeah, Linda. Yep, she has such.
Sorry, Linda. No, Linda's great. Love Linda. Great.
My posing coach is Kenny Wallach. I don't know if you've heard of him.
No.
He does quite a lot. He's over in America. He does quite a lot of the pros. He's Shelby's mate.
Yep.
So he was awesome actually. I was in the morning of the Nationals about 4:00 in the morning, because he's I think he's in the East Coast or somewhere.
Yeah.
So 4:00 in the morning, last sort of posing session. You never sleep the night before the comp. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Funny, being a female bodybuilder and we're male bodybuilders, but it's all the same shit. We all go through the same thing. Lack of sleep, having to piss every 2 minutes, body chopping and changing, sending her photos, panicking about this, being self-conscious about that. And we all share the same kind of experience. And
someone says something.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, no. As you say, we're so sensitive about some of those things, and I don't know. I think people kind of look at some of the better bodybuilders, and I mean, great example, Cedric McMillan. Fuck, any bodybuilder I know would die to look like him, and he's online talking about how self-conscious he is and how many anxieties he goes through, and it's just we're all cut from the same. It's the same die. I think we all have those same little funny little things, and I think so. People getting into the sport certainly should feel more confident to approach people. Our pros are fantastic. They help out. They're free with advice. They're really some really good people, and so are a lot of the experienced lifters. I think the people that have been in the game a bit kind of realise that there are a lot of hands that help them up on the way.
Yeah, that's right.
We sort of
exactly.
Back.
Yep, for sure. Yeah.
So you new people, get in touch with new people, ask questions.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Learn from our mistakes. We've made plenty of them.
Oh yeah. Yep.
All right. Oh, on the blink there. Oh, I just put that up because I like that photo.
Oh, that was when I did figure, because I originally, Mo said no, do figure. So I thought, okay. But then he said no, physique when he saw me.
Was that because of the hardness of your physique?
Yeah, well, like there, I'm the same dimensions as Nicole Wilkins. So they are,
Wow.
pretty big girls, the figure girls over there. Bigger than that, but,
I mean, at the Olympia last year, you could hardly tell the difference in the physique of the bigger girls.
Yeah.
The thing that blew me away, though, when I went to Olympia in 2016 was we met 3 or 4 of the top 5, and in their jackets and that, they were tiny. Now, I mean, height-wise, they were very, very short.
Yep.
But then when the jackets came off, you kind of just went, fuck, what have you been hiding under there, like waists like this and shoulders
Exactly.
like that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what my husband always says. He goes, oh, you look like this little wee woman. And then you take your gear off and it's like, holy shit. But it's like the leaner you are, the bigger you look, So
Absolutely. I trained tonight at Flex in Takapuna. I want to shout out actually Flex Fitness Takapuna is a fantastic gym, definitely the best of the Flex gyms in the country.
I've heard that.
Top of the line equipment, hammer strength, Alico, you name it, it's all there. But I trained there and I had my top on from when I started my dieting, and it was down halfway down, almost at my knees, and was about 5 sizes too big, and I felt like the sloppy kind of, and then I whipped it off. I had the singlet and went, oh, that's right. That's why I leaned out. It's good though. Oh, and while we're at it, I just want to shout out to Ron that I caught up with there. It's really nice. Like, I hate going away for work because, it messes with my routine. But the cool thing is I get to catch up with a lot of people that I haven't seen, or new people, and including Sasha. So Sasha's one of our viewers, and she came up to me in the gym, recognised me, and we had a good chat. So shout out to Sasha at Flex Fitness Takapuna. Good. Yeah. Look, Mike, is there any bits and pieces that you want to touch on?
Oh, look, probably too many for a show like the minutiae of kind of the bits and pieces of how it happened and how it worked. It actually, whether we could sort of twist my wife's arm to kind of follow the same path, but we'll sort of leave that for a private chat at some point.
No worries.
Hey, do you want to give a bit of any sort of advice that you would give to new lifters, girls coming into the sport, or girls that perhaps want to move from one of the smaller classes into the physique? Any sort of words of wisdom and messages you want to pass out to them?
Oh, just do it. Like, if you want to do it, you go for it. But I wish I'd done it, was enlist the help of a nutritionist, because that's just such a big part. The training, find a good PT or whatnot, but I always train by myself. I'm a loner. I train better like that. But with my powerlifting, obviously with the bigger weights, you need someone there. But no, don't be afraid. Don't be intimidated. Go into that free weights area. Do it.
Yeah. And there's nothing better from a guy's perspective. And there's a young girl at Flex Fitness in Hastings, and I can never remember her name, but she's about 4 foot something, if she's lucky. Squats some good weights in there, and she has shit lying for arsehole to breakfast. There's knee wraps over here and stuff, and she'll lie down in the middle of the gym in between sets, and I'm like, yeah, that's fucking cool. And she's in the mix, and I kind of think if more girls just went, it's actually my space as much as it is those fucking gorillas over there, those fucking guys grunting and throwing weights around like idiots. If they and look, guys are absolutely respectful of that and would love to see more of it,
Yeah, but it's so important too, like even with women my age, to get into the strength side of things, for bone density and whatnot. It's just, and it's fun, it's challenging, and I just couldn't recommend it highly enough. So, yeah.
Awesome. Hey, do you have any people, I know you have lots of people you want to do shout outs to thank that have supported you along the way? Any special people you just want to give a shout out to?
Oh, it's just my husband. He's my number one supporter. Like, it's very hard when I'm the bodybuilder and you've got the partner, and I know of some instances where their partner is just so against it, but I'm so lucky that he supports me. You know, I go to work and I can come home and have a nap during prep and whatnot, and whatever I need, I can do. So, you know, I'm just so lucky there.
Awesome.
Maybe him and I need to get together and have a bit of a cry about our wives being better bodybuilders than us.
Oh, love it. Oh, hey, look, thank you very much for joining us. It's been a real pleasure. I've had heaps of laughs tonight too. It's been really cool. Look, we look forward to seeing you on stage in the future. I know COVID's thrown things up in the air, but hopefully things open up soon and we can see you on stage in the States.
I'm going next year regardless. I don't care. I'm going. We've decided that. So probably, I'll have to wait for the calendar, but probably September or somewhere around there. So yeah,
Nice.
no, I'm just going to do it. I've got a quarantine, so be it. But no, I'm going.
Awesome. That's the attitude. Right. Yep. Thank you very much. And we'll call it a wrap. And to everyone out there, stay safe.
Thank you.
Bye.